Calaroga Shark Media.
From Washington, D.C., where I've never had sex with a couch, this is Ballot.
That's right, but hey, good news, you won't have to vote anymore. Wait, what? Let's hit this! In a speech that was supposed to be all about faith and values, Trump managed to drop a bombshell that's got everyone from Democrats to his own supporters scratching their heads. Trump said, "Christians, get out and vote, just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. You gotta get out and vote. In 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it fixed so good you're not gonna have to vote." Well, gee, Donald, that's not suspicious at all. The Democrats, of course, are having a field day with this. They're treating Trump's words like they're the political equivalent of finding money in the couch cushions. And believe me, you don't want to search J.D. Vance's couch cushions. Adam Schiff's practically doing cartwheels, reminding everyone that democracy is on the ballot. Thanks for the newsflash, Adam. Meanwhile, the Trump campaign is in full damage control mode, trying to convince us that Trump was just talking about uniting the country. Because nothing says unity like suggesting we might not need to vote anymore, right? And let's not forget the Harris campaign, jumping on this faster than a cat on a mouse. They're painting Trump as a would-be dictator quicker than you can say constitutional crisis. Even the Christian right is raising an eyebrow. When you've got the conservative pastors worried, you know you've really stepped in it. Well, folks, it looks like the Democrats have decided to trade in their "Trump is a threat to democracy" playbook for a new strategy. Trump is just plain weird. It's like they've gone from warning about the apocalypse to pointing out that the emperor's new clothes are, well, a bit odd. Kamala Harris, our newly minted Democratic nominee, is leading the charge with all the subtlety of a sledgehammer. "Is Donald Trump okay?" she asks. I mean, I can answer that one if you need me to. And let's not forget Governor Tim Walz, who's apparently channeling his inner high school teacher to call out Trump's behavior. "Have you seen the guy laugh?" he asks, as if he's critiquing a student's performance in the school play rather than a former president. It's like he's trying to turn the election into a popularity contest. Oh wait, isn't that what elections are anyway? Also, is the Harris strategy really to get into who laughs weirder? That's not a good strategy, Kamala. That must be from some Biden-era holdovers who wanted to portray Trump as being a really old guy being propped up by his senior staff. Mayor Pete, not to be outdone, jumps on the bandwagon with his own zinger. Trump is clearly older and stranger. Coming from Mayor Pete, that's practically a mic drop moment. But here's the kicker. This new strategy seems to be working. Harris's favorability ratings are jumping faster than a cat on a hot tin roof. It's like the Democrats have discovered a political fountain of youth. Just call your opponent weird and watch your numbers soar. Trump is like, that strategy is so 12 years ago, welcome to the party. Meanwhile, the Republicans are probably wondering if they can return J.D. Vance for store credit. Chuck Schumer's gleefully pointing out that Vance might be the best thing to happen to Democrats since Trump himself. J.D. Vance's political career is turning into a spectacle more entertaining than a three-ring circus. First off, let's talk about those favorability ratings. Underwater by 3 points? That's not just underwater, that's Titanic-level deep. And with 41% of voters not even sure who he is, Vance might want to consider wearing a "Hello, my name is" sticker on the campaign trail. But wait, it gets better. We've got resurfaced clips of Vance calling Democrats childless cat ladies. Really, JD? That's your strategy? Insulting potential voters based on their family status? It's like he's trying to win a game of how to lose friends and alienate people. And then there's the Harris campaign's response. Happy World IVF Day to everyone except J.D. Vance. Ouch, that's not just a burn, that's a third-degree political scorching. Even Jennifer Aniston's weighing in. When you've got friend stars against you, you know you're in trouble. But the real cherry on top of this political Sunday? The AP had to publish an article titled, "No, J.D. Vance did not have sex with a couch," and then retract it. I mean, when you're having to deny intimate relations with furniture, you know your campaign's gone off the rails. It's like Vance is playing political Jenga, and with every move, he's pulling out another support block. At this rate, the whole tower is going to come crashing down before we even get to November. Who is J.D. Vance anyway? Is he James Donald Bowman? Or is it James David Hamill? Or maybe J.D. Vance with periods? I'm getting dizzy just trying to keep up. Our man JD has gone through more name changes than a witness protection program participant. Born James Donald Bowman, he became James David Hamill faster than you can say adoption papers, only to end up as JD Vance. It's like he's playing a high-stakes game of political musical chairs, but with names. And let's not forget the great period debate of 2021. Apparently, those two little dots were just too much punctuation for a man on the move. Who has time for periods when you're busy running for office? It's efficiency, folks. But here's the kicker. Vance's name changes aren't just about syllables and spelling. Oh no, they're a window into his very soul. From distancing himself from his biological father to honoring his beloved mama, each name tells a story. It's like reading Hillbilly Elegy all over again, but with more paperwork. Jimmy Fallon watched Biden's speech last week and said, "It was a very graceful speech." And then Biden surprised everyone by announcing his candidacy for 2028. Jimmy also joked about Melania's book, saying at Melania's request, her book and Trump's book will be in the same store, but sold in separate sections. Stephen Colbert said, "Now Trump said a lot of crazy stuff, but there's an explanation for that. He crazy." Now that they see which way the wind is blowing, the Obamas have officially joined Team Kamala, and they're not just dipping their toes in, they're diving in head first. It's like watching the coolest kids in school decide who gets to sit at their lunch table, and Kamala just scored the golden ticket. Barack's post on X, because apparently Twitter is so last administration, reads like a mix between a proud parent and a hype man. "We think she'll make a fantastic president," he says. "No pressure, Kamala. Just the hopes and dreams of the entire Democratic Party riding on your shoulders." I'd like to take a moment to thank the politicians for giving us a weekend off. Things have been so crazy around here that had sex with a couch seems like a calm news day. It's been so crazy that even my ex-girlfriend Norma was like, "Man, they need to calm the hell down and stop nagging the electorate about driving them to the mall." Portions of today's program were made with the help of AI, especially that Norma joke. She's a totally fictional character not based on anyone from my life. See you tomorrow.